guys. Welcome to Sorry Mom and Dad, a podcast by Abby,
Megan,
and Jacqueline.
And basically, we're here to just bring you that weekly hot, steaming matcha tea. We only have one mic because we're broke-ass bitches, but it's okay. We'll just wait for our paychecks to come in, and then it'll all be over for you hoes. So,
Exactly.
So we started this podcast because...
we felt like there was a lack of Asian American representation in terms of, like, this degenerate lifestyle that we live. Like, everyone knows call her daddy, but do we know it from an Asian woman perspective, or no?
Yeah.
I mean, like, Asian women are usually stereotyped as, like, submissive and unable to speak for themselves, but we really want to change that, and we're very loud people who have no filter, so we're here to bring you unlimited content for...
Uncensored.
Completely unfiltered for sure.
We're raw version.
Yeah, and it's like, it's 2019.
Just like we like it.
And it's 2019, like, who the fuck
Starting off with a bang.
Like, who the fuck isn't, like, just chilling in a big city and just thinking, like, why the fuck don't we start a podcast?
Yeah, because honestly, our lives are pretty fucking interesting. And it's like,
there's not a week, There's not a week that goes by that one of us doesn't do some shit that, like
we don't, like, we always end up doing something crazy every week.
Yeah.
Something just always
every
happens.
Weekend.
There's nothing boring about our lives. That's for fucking sure.
Honestly, if I was still back in Texas, I feel like my life would be completely boring. But, like, ever since I moved here, everything's changed. You know?
We keep it entertaining, you know? Like,
Shout
when
out
we're
to
bored,
LA.
we look for some shit to do. We get into some shit. Like, keep it interesting.
So our first episode, we're actually doing, like, a soju episode because, I told them I wanted to take...
Not sponsored, but accepting sponsorships.
Yes,
What's
we
up?
are.
What's up?
Welcoming collabs.
I did tell them I wanted to take a shot every time we were about to say something that would disappoint our parents, but...
That's
we'll
literally...
be blacked out in the
That
first
is
10
literally
minutes.
our podcast. Sorry, Mom and
Exactly.
Dad. Like, come on.
So, cheers or...
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, nice.
And by the way, I'm breaking my alcohol cleanse
Dude,
for this
Abby's
podcast.
just fucking going. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Sorry, Abby's mom and dad. Jesus. Don't know what happened there.
Oh my god. It's been a rough week, you know.
Apparently.
It has been a very rough week.
It's been a rough couple of months.
Honestly, we're, like, complete nobodies except for Jack. I mean, she has, like, she's our little IG influencer. Like, if you added up me and Megan's followers, it still wouldn't add up to Jack's.
It would be like 1/16.
It's the fucking Yitties, girl.
Oh my god.
And you're hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, that's hilarious.
So, meanwhile, I'm over here looking 13 years old and, like, I look like a man. So.
What?
Me too. That's
What
me.
man do you look like? Because
What
I don't.
kind of men are you looking at?
Not my type of man.
Oh my god.
I'm Abby, I'm 23, I'm Filipina, and I'm from Houston, Texas, and I just moved here to LA last August in 2018. And, like, my story of how I ended up in LA is actually kind of crazy, but I'll probably get into that another time. And I am a hopeless romantic. Like, I want love and passion, but my past experiences with my relationships have just filled me with, like, endless disappointment. And so I'm just here to focus on myself, just date around in LA and see what I like, you know? And currently I work an 8-to-5 job, and I use my weekends to make poor life decisions. I'm 5 feet tall, so I love running and writing and watching anime, nothing special. And I'm trying to get a book published next year, so.
Girl, when was the last time you ran?
Bitch, I ran yesterday. I ran 5 miles yesterday. Are you fucking kidding me? And I did 1,000.
My bad.
I did 1,100 steps in the Stairmasters. So don't
My
fucking tell me.
My bad.
You're
She only
doing
calls me
amazing.
when she's drunk.
I haven't went to the gym since, like, last year.
I am paying for a
Like-
gym membership for nothing.
I have a gym in my apartment, and I just never go. I'm just lazy
Y'all want
as
to run a
shit.
10K with me in August or
No,
what?
we're
Okay.
good. Thanks.
I can't even run the 1K.
I can't even run a 1.
I know.
Like a 1 anything.
Oh
like
my
1 mile?
God.
Nah.
Okay, well, hi, my name is Jacqueline. I'm 23 and I'm Taiwanese. So I guess I'm the only one out of the trio that's actually born and raised from Los Angeles, California. And right now I currently live in downtown and I work a 9-to-5 job in marketing. And sometimes an occasional wannabe YouTuber / Insta thought on the weekend.
The best Insta thought out there. Follow her at Jacqueline.
And a Twitch streamer.
That is
An occasional Twitch streamer
that
too.
is
Oh my god.
JAGKOLEEN.
Yes, shameless
That's right.
plug.
We will include everyone's at.
Yeah, everyone's handle. But anyway, I guess like for relationship stuff, the last real relationship I had was like 2 years ago now, and I've just been single ever since.
Girl, I
it's
beat
been great.
you.
It's been great. I've just been floating around the dating scene, kind of seeing what's up, and then most of the time I just save my energy on the weekends to do crazy shit with these two over here.
And a few other girls that come out as well.
Oh yeah, single bitches of LA.
Which got renamed to Messy Hoes for obvious reasons.
Yeah. It was getting a little crazy.
It was crazy.
Super fucking crazy.
Anyways, I'm Megan. I'm 25. I'm Chinese. Moved from Dallas, Texas about a year and a half ago. Graduated biology degree, and then I was just kind of like, fuck it. I don't want to use it. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad. That degree.
Shout out.
Shout out to you guys. I came here wanting to be a makeup artist, but then you know how the creative stuff is. It's like super hard to get up there, and you have to build a portfolio, which includes like having money to buy all this makeup. And I think every girl knows how much makeup costs, and your girl is a poor. But no, now I'm working in real estate. That's like my full-time job, sort of. I'm mostly focusing on like starting my own business and being my own woman, you know, nobody telling me what to do. What's up? But yeah, I think I've had the longest gap in terms of my dating life. My last serious relationship was like 6 years ago. And I mean, I've dated on and off, like, in between that time, but I haven't had like a serious relationship since then. Mostly focusing on, you know, making some money and like making
yourself.
myself happy, you know,
Yes,
and being a little hoe. Like,
we support that too.
Bitch, you ain't gonna be a hoe. You a little committed right now, aren't you?
Putting on blast.
We'll see where that goes.
She's exclusively dating.
Okay, first of all, we'll see, guys. Because
She broke the rules of single ladies of LA.
Okay, like you're not. Thank you.
These shots fired everywhere.
Yeah. So, other than that, yeah, I think all of us have been having fun in LA and providing a lot of content for you guys. Trust me.
And you're
Quality content.
quality explicit content. And you're all probably wondering how we all met each other. Megan and I are actually sorority sisters from different chapters. She moved to LA last year, and then when I moved here, I just started hitting her up more, and then we went out to drink and chill with like our mutual friends.
Yeah, and then Abby over here, I actually met her off Tinder.
Yeah, Jack and I met off Tinder.
Look, Tinder should host us because we are gonna give you guys so much business. It's ridiculous.
Sponsored by Tinder.
Because when I first moved here, I was trying to look for friends. I didn't really have that many friends, and like, I was in a relationship at the time, and I asked my ex-boyfriend, I was like, do you think I could use Tinder to make some friends? And so that's what I used to make actually like quite a lot of friends out here. So it works.
Yeah.
You should try it.
I've never tried making friends off of it. It's for other reasons.
And we'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. Like, we followed each other on Instagram, and then I had a free table at Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Arena.
Girl.
I
Also
know.
sponsored.
Jack invited me to Arena one night. I was just like, fuck it, I'll come over.
And that is the story of how we became friends.
Yeah.
And then I met Jack through Abby on her birthday. We met at this apartment.
That was an insane night. Abby does not really remember it.
Yeah.
But like, then I think that is actually the night that we created this like group chat of all these single ladies of LA, which kind of like turned into its own monster thing. Like every weekend we're like, who's down to drink? And of course everybody was fucking down.
Not you lately. Megan's been on like an alcohol cleanse.
Okay, girl, I had alcohol like poisoning. I had good reason. And then this
Yeah.
girl pulled me out of this
Yeah.
cleanse to do this podcast with soju.
Yes, that's right.
My liver thanks you.
We've actually been planning this for a while, so we're like really excited to get this show rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like this really is like the most LA thing that you can do, podcasting.
I mean, why be in LA and not try to do something in the entertainment
Exactly.
industry? There's just like
Yeah.
so much network.
But it's like after we do this podcast, it might jeopardize my chances of even getting a date in the future.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
honestly.
And I am so positive that any other like dates that we've ever had, once they hear about this podcast, they will tune in because they are going to want to hear what we said about them.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, is that me? Is that me?
And
you're like,
you know
"Oh."
what? The answer is yes, it is you. If you think if the shoe fits, honey.
Exactly.
If the shoe fits.
And it's like you only live one life, so it's like might as well use this content to make like everyone else feel better about like themselves, because people find comfort in relating to all the bullshit that we've gone through or are going through. So like we're not really expecting for this to blow up in any way, and it's just all for shits and giggles because we love creating content and we'd like to think that we're hilarious.
I think I'm pretty funny.
Sometimes.
Especially with a little bit of alcohol in my system.
And you know, if you don't think so, then you can just stop listening at any time.
Anytime. Yeah, tune out. But also tell your friends.
Tell your friends before you unfollow.
But I think it's important. I think that like there's a lot of discomfort in, especially like people don't like to admit that they're on dating apps.
I don't
get
No,
that.
yeah, that is the thing. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
think it's just like if you're on a dating app, that means you can't meet people in real life, and like that's
Right.
not what it is.
No, we're
Yeah.
busy ass people, and also we live in a
Yeah.
city of like how many? Like I don't even know what the population is. I really don't.
We'll look it up
But
later.
yeah,
We're fucking
but in the
populated
millions
here.
probably. But like, how are you gonna meet all this? You literally have the world at your fingertips, and so.
I know. Honestly, there's too many people in
Oh,
LA.
yeah.
It's
Like, they need to
overpopulated.
leave. Yeah.
Actually, a lot of them are moving back to Texas, so like moving to Texas, like to
Oh.
Austin.
Goodbye.
This is cheaper.
But the pool here is definitely a little bit more attractive than
oh
Texas.
yeah,
I'd say
definitely, dude.
Yeah, because everyone's like entertainment model, actor,
Yeah,
so it's like their
true.
career is based off of what they look like, you know?
True.
So like before we start, can I just ask why so many of my past Tinder dates DM'd me or texted me about the podcast, being scared about like me exposing them? Like I had like a good like 5-6 people like
Damn.
start deleting our past messages on Instagram. And so like I started getting these notifications saying blah, blah,
Message
blah.
unsent by
Yes,
sender.
Yes, that one. I got so many of those. And so I texted all these people. I was like, dude, why are you deleting this? Why are you deleting our messages? Like, I was like, it's because of the fucking podcast, isn't it? They're like, yeah. So I just want to know why. It's just like,
But what are they scared that you're gonna like talk about like
Probably
what
expose
you
all
guys
their
did?
secrets.
okay, we're here
Or-
to we're not here to drop names. We're here to drop experiences.
Yeah, we're not gonna drop
So,
anybody's name.
We don't name drop unless we get permission first. And honestly, we're too broke to get sued, and we like to mind our own business.
Yeah.
So on that note, how was y'all's weeks, y'all?
It was pretty chilling. There's not much going on. We're waiting for the weekend. That's where the fun stuff
think
actually
that's-
happens.
yeah.
Yeah. What about your
Um,
weekend, Megan?
My week's been a little interesting.
Okay, let's
Um,
talk about it.
yeah.
Listen.
Let's just say that I've been getting some dick, like,
Hey, let's go.
and you know,
Okay.
it's been great.
Good.
Just great.
We all just want some consistent dick, you know, with no complications, and I
Must be
think
nice.
that's
Yeah, must be
I'm
nice.
somewhat on the way there. Right? We'll see. We'll see. Don't jinx it.
We're
now.
proud of our girl Megan here. She's got her
Thank
consistent dick, and you know,
Maybe. That's a maybe. That's a hard maybe if you're listening.
It's an ongoing update. We'll see how
Well,
it
yeah,
goes.
we'll update you
Yeah.
guys.
I might be seeing someone after this, so
Dude, everyone has like a dick appointment after this, don't they?
I
What are you
feel
talking
like
about? I'm a virgin, y'all. I'm straight
Bitch,
up a virgin.
please.
yeah, bitch, please. We
Yeah,
all
this is
know
actually
that's
a
lie.
Christian podcast.
This is a Christian podcast, and we go to church every Sunday together.
We do. We do.
Actually, I
That's
think
how we
that's-
reset every week, and like every
Yeah.
time we go to church,
We repent our sins on
yeah,
Sunday.
we're virgins again on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It resets every week.
Pretty
Like,
sure Abby
yeah.
wakes up on this couch drunk as shit on Sundays.
I actually do live here on the weekends, basically. So
Her second
So-
home, you
this
know?
is basically my second house.
She has a couple. She has a couple homes.
I don't want to talk about it. So So on like, the topic of dating apps, let's like get into what we use each of them for, like all the different types of dating apps. So like, honestly, I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, if you're single in your 20s and you're in a big ass city and you don't have an online dating profile, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. No, seriously. And how many profiles that I've swiped and be like, we'll say that we met on Instagram. We'll say we met at a coffee shop. I'm like, no, dude, be confident. Like, we met on Tinder.
Yeah,
like, who
I
cares?
would just say if I met them on Tinder.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter.
What's the insecurity
There's
there?
so many of my girlfriends that have met their boyfriends on Tinder. Like, it's
super
not
nice.
just for hookups, but I can see how it's mostly for hookups, you know? Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I use it for. For a while. Let's just say, like, I'm very focused on my own stuff, and if something happens to come along, it does. But like, let's be honest, when you're on Tinder, you're not looking for your forever at that
Honestly,
moment.
you never know if you meet your forever off Tinder.
Yeah, but you're not like, I don't feel like you're swiping and being like, this is the guy I'm marrying.
Yeah,
like you're
true,
swiping
true.
and being like, he's hot, I want to fuck him.
Yeah, because Tinder's like superficial. You base it off of like looks. That's
Completely.
The
It's the
first thing,
first. It's like, okay, his first picture. If it's bad, then you've already swiped it away left.
I know.
But if it's like decent, you'll click on some other ones
Yeah.
and look at the rest of them. and
Okay,
maybe
to be
swipe.
fair though, my cousin, she met her current boyfriend off Tinder. They've been dating for like, I think over a year now.
Yeah, no, I've heard
it's
so
pretty
many
crazy,
successful stories.
Yeah.
But I'm not discounting that at all.
Yeah,
I'm just
true,
saying,
true.
I
True.
definitely think more people use it to hook up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more
that's so
primarily
true.
a hookup
That
app,
is
but there
true.
are people that also like, if you want to find a boyfriend, girlfriend, if it happens, then it happens.
It's like a dick on call.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
Like you get drunk, get a little liquor flowing, start swiping.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Jack, didn't you say that like one time you were just so frustrated you just like went on Tinder to start messaging everyone?
Yeah, I just go on there and then just message people for fun.
Like
when I'm
the
bored.
people that you like match with but not message, they're all on the
Yeah.
top. And so like there was a couple times when I was just like super drunk and I was like, I need to get some. So I literally go through and I'm like, hey, what you doing? Like
Yeah, and then whoever replies first, you're like, hey, you're coming through.
yeah, and I'll be like, what's up? Where do you live? Let's go. Like
Okay.
Let's fucking
not
go.
Yeah, this definitely is a disappointment to my parents.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. On that, cheers.
Sorry, Mom. My mom is in serious denial of my sex life.
I'm a virgin. My mom knows that. So
Yeah, all right. But yeah, I think Tinder has been like the most successful for me in LA. Even though like in Texas, like I never used Tinder because it was like
we just knew everyone in Texas.
I think
Do you
like
guys
it was
use dating
different.
apps in Texas?
I did.
I barely
when
did.
was
I didn't
single.
use it that much. I think it was a little bit like how people are like kind of ashamed to be on dating apps. I think that's how it was for me when I
really?
first started. Because you know everybody. Like literally as every other swipe, it's like someone I know, and I'm like, oh my god, like they're gonna tell people I'm on here. You know?
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's on Tinder out here. And
Yeah,
it gives
everyone
fun.
is. Yeah,
But,
like it's the norm.
I see all my friends on here. I swipe right on them, like, hey, what's up?
the difference, yeah, I don't know anybody here. Like I don't think I've really seen anybody that I know, unless they're like friends that are visiting.
It's really funny
Yeah.
because I have gone on Tinder before, and like I usually show Megan or Jacqueline which guys I find really interesting. And a few times, I've like seen like these like fine Asian fuckboys on there, and I'd send them to Jacqueline, and she'd be like, "They went to my high school."
I know. Every other one is like, yeah, he's from my high school. It's like, oh,
everybody.
I went to middle school with him. Oh, he went to this thing.
And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to end up like hooking up with Jacqueline's friends. That would be just so weird.
Because like the Asian American community in LA is like pretty small, actually.
Really?
We all
Because
hang
of
out in the same
sorority
place.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sorority and like frat
We
life.
don't know it because
Yeah, we
we're
don't know
not
it.
like
Yeah.
coming
From
from
here,
it,
yeah.
but like, yeah, I think that's
pretty
the same for
small
like
here. Yeah.
Texas too.
But
Like,
it's good
every
that
Asian knows each other.
Jacqueline does know these people because I can just go to her when I need like
Yeah,
like a
give the
little
tea.
background check.
I'm like this guy used to have a girlfriend, cheated on him, so watch out.
Yeah.
exactly.
But props to Tinder. Like I
know.
literally right now am working like a job because of Tinder. So
Oh yeah.
and so yeah.
So yeah, how did that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen?
It was a networking
Tinder
kind of
to
thing.
job opportunity.
I know, right?
I don't know. It was kind of like a lot of luck. Like I was in like transition from my other job, and then I found an opportunity, and it was like real estate, and I was like, why the fuck not? Like, let's go. Let's like ask some questions. I was like, what? You'll like tell me more, and then yeah, that's how it kind of got into it, and now that's what I'm doing, and it all started because of Tinder.
It's funny because like once like Megan like talked to the guy on the phone, she called me and I was shopping, and she was like, Abby, should I like meet up this guy tonight where I might get a job, and I'm like, dude, are you gonna get like sex trafficked? And she was like, no, I think this is legit. We talked on the phone. It's like everything.
I'm a very
scared.
trusting person. Like, I think abnormally trusting.
Like taken
I'm
the
not.
movie.
Yeah, like I don't ever like go into a situation being like, okay, I could probably get sex trafficked.
No, I'm kind of like that too.
Yeah. Like I have faith in like
which is
people
bad
Yeah.
sometimes, like, but you know, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But I'm definitely open-minded to like opportunities, and it turned out to be a great thing, and he was hot.
Dude, do you remember that one time that we were on FaceTime and we like swiped on Tinder together?
6 hours.
It was like actually like 5 hours.
It was like 5 hours and some change.
Literally.
A continuous
Yeah, and
swiping.
all we did was like send
How'd you
each
not
other
run
profiles.
out of swipes?
We did.
But like I think it like refreshed
We did,
itself or something. I don't know. I ran out of swipes a couple
yeah,
times.
you have to like change the location.
No, like
thing
it
a
like
little bit,
redid
or
it.
no?
Like I shut it off, and I think I like went to Hinge for a second, and then I went back.
Switch
to
it up
Tinder.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
I switched it up a little bit. And then I went back, and it had people, so I kept swiping.
Yeah,
and,
because like her and I would just keep sending each other profiles of guys that we think would like fit each other.
Yeah.
So she sent me like
Hey.
Asian fuckboys, and I send her like her melanin men and like
melanin men, what's up?
Yeah.
But like after like 5 hours of swiping, and I was like super disappointed in a lot of the swipes, and then I found the guy that I call future baby daddy.
Is that his code name now?
That's his
Future
code
baby
name.
daddy.
It was, but you know, shit went down. But like we're not talking anymore. But
yeah, a lot of shit went down with
literally,
that, yeah.
like probably the finest guy I've ever been with, because he was
Hey.
hot. So I
Every
was happy
girl-
with that. Like
every
worth
girl
5 hours.
has that like guy
The one
in their
guy.
like roster that's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
hottest guy that
Yeah.
they've been with. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
it's a main home or
I
top
I
home.
wish.
Top-
It's
top
a
one?
top one. Like
Top
if I
three?
could rank. Honestly, ever since I moved to LA and started
sex
dating
got
here,
better.
the sex got better, and 2, they look so much better. They shit on all the guys I dated back then. Like, I'm not even joking. Sorry to all my like exes, but no.
Standards are not there.
I would swipe left on all of you guys.
Yikes!
if we're being real.
If we're being completely real, and that's not even shade being thrown. I think that's just growth.
No, that is true. That's true.
Wait, do y'all remember that one 6'8" guy that we all matched with?
Oh yes, I'm still talking to.
As soon as I found out that Jack wanted to keep continuing to talk to him, I backed off because I was like, oh, well, like
Yeah.
we're not going there.
And then I just matched with him for fun. Like,
Because we had sent his profile like
To, like,
in
our group
our
chat.
date,
Yeah.
like our
Yeah.
group chat, and he got offended by it. But I was
I
like, shouldn't you be
know.
like?
I don't. He thought we were
Honored?
playing some game or something.
oh yeah, he's
and
like,
I was
I'm
like,
not here to play games.
what are you talking
I'm like,
about?
yeah, we're trying to have an orgy.
Yeah, like let us plan this fucking foursome. Come on.
Like, there's enough dick for all of us.
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot.
His ego was just a little bit too up there, you know?
But he was hot, and he
Yeah.
was 6'8".
6'8".
So
Yeah, he's literally 6'8". Let's paint a visual. Abby's like what?
I'm 5 feet
feet.
tall.
Yeah,
You would
I'm
be
5'3".
you would actually not have to bend down to suck his dick. So
Like you're already there. Like that's your eye level.
that's actually your eye level. I'm the tallest of everyone.
Yeah, because
so.
every time when I walk next to him, I feel like a midget.
Wait,
Like,
do y'all want to
I'm
hear
so
something
short.
like really disappointing?
What is
Today,
Let us know.
today,
Sorry,
so
Mom.
today I went to my gynecologist, you know, to get my STD
we're going there.
testing. and-
Yeah, get tested regularly, guys. Every 3
Yes,
months.
everybody do it.
Oh,
I
trust
went to
me.
get my STD testing. I went to get my Pap smear, and then I got back on birth control. Yeah,
Oh.
and so you know how whenever you first go in, like you get your height checked and your weight checked.
Oh.
This bitch ass nurse told me I was 0.5 inches of being 5 feet tall. The other dating app, probably Bumble. Have y'all used Bumble before?
I've used it for like a little bit, but
Yeah.
honestly, I don't like it
Yeah,
because
I
I
don't
hate
either.
messaging first.
Yeah, that and well, I don't even, and you have only 24 hours to do it. And I'm like, not
Oh,
attentive
really?
enough. I think you have to respond in like 24 hours or
I
something.
literally like had it for like one day and I deleted it. I'm like, what? I have to talk to people? No, goodbye.
Yeah.
Is Bumble really even still a thing though?
I feel like some people still use
A lot of celebrities have been like promoting it, like Bumble BFFs or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't really like, I don't know, I don't like the pool on there. Not my type of guys. Not a lot of melanin men.
Okay, to be honest, I have only had one successful like Bumble interaction, and it was the only guy I've ever met off there.
Ooh, okay.
Y'all remember?
Spill the tea.
Y'all remember the 6-foot model guy?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
How
Yikes.
can we forget? He didn't
He
let
didn't
us
let
forget.
us forget. He definitely didn't.
I matched with this model off of Bumble, and he's like this half Spanish, half Asian. I'm not gonna say which Asian because it'll be obvious.
I think it's already obvious.
And he was just in town like for modeling shoots, and like I don't know what he was trying to do honestly, but we went on a date. I told him like we could meet in Venice. I picked him up from his gym, and then we went to go get some drinks and dinner. He paid for it. It was really nice, but honestly his personality was so shit. Like all he did was just talk about himself the whole time.
Ugh,
Yeah, he's
models.
one of those. One of those. Those like cocky people.
Yeah, the cocky model.
Yeah. Not a fan.
I
Not
think
a
that's
fan.
why when I am like on these dating apps and I see model, actor, personal trainer, like
You just know their
Yeah.
ego's gonna be up their ass.
I
Yeah.
just know that it's very hit or miss, and I think it's more of like 75% miss. And
Yeah, it's because their
25%.
personalities are just not together. They let that fact that they're a
Yeah.
model like gets to their head.
Yeah, because they just use their like looks. They're like, oh, I'm so pretty. I don't need to have a fucking personality.
Honestly, like he was hot as hell, but his personality was so bad that it turned me off.
trash.
Like his body was so fine, like his face was like really nice. Like that's why he's a fucking model. But his personality was so shit. Like,
Just
Yeah, definitely,
unfortunate.
but
It's just
I
so
hooked up with
unfortunate.
him in my car. And then,
Oh.
But I hooked up with him
and
in
then
my
we
car.
got really high, and then he slept over. So
Car sex is difficult, guys, but it can be done.
who said I had sex with him?
You?
Let's replay like literally 20 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Guys, I said I'm a fucking virgin, okay?
Okay,
Oh
how
my
about every
God.
time Abby lies,
We take a
drink?
shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
here we go.
Cheers. It's gonna be a lot
We're
of
gonna be
lies
drunk.
tonight. So we don't have a lot to say about Bumble. I deleted it already, so we move on to the next one.
So the next one, I guess, is Hinge, right?
I can't even use Hinge because I got a freaking email that someone signed me up for Hinge. And it wasn't me. And then I freaking tried to email them a bunch of times and they have not responded to me.
Wow.
So I guess I don't get to use that app. So,
So
can't say anything
we have to
about
look
it.
for fake Jack.
Honestly, Hinge is really nice because you can filter out people that you don't want.
Yeah, that's what I want to do,
Okay,
but I can't.
They got rid of the free option where you used to be able to filter height. That used to be free, but now they like changed it. So I'm getting all these like 5'8". Sorry guys, like I am definitely like a heightist. I think that's what they call it.
Heightist?
A heightist.
Okay. Well, I can't relate. I'm 5 feet tall, so.
I
Yeah,
just
everybody's
can't-
tall to
I
you.
wear heels 95% of the time. So I am most of the time like I'm already 5'6" normally, but with heels I'm like anywhere from 5'9" to 5'11". You know,
Okay.
so like
Yeah.
like I just can't deal with a guy that's shorter
Yeah.
than me. I don't know. I can't get over it.
Is the average male height like 5'11"?
It's
Is
just
that-
it depends on if
it's
you're
the
talking about
average
the world.
male
Is it or like 5'10"
No,
or something?
it's lower than that.
5'8"
It
or
depends on
10?
if you're like talking about America or the world.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, the world is like 5'7" or something. It's ridiculous. I think I looked it up
Okay,
recently.
Yikes.
But yeah, Hinge, I feel like it's good for Abby because there's a lot of like Asian guys on there.
Her favorite.
Her favorite.
Honestly, guys, I've been into white guys lately.
Whoa!
Yeah.
News flash.
I mean, I've been talking to a white guy. I have been talking to a white guy, like, for right now. Like, we've been talking for like a month, and then, like,
Damn, that's a long fucking time.
I know, we talked for a month and then we met up, so.
Oh, okay. See, I told her, I was like, it doesn't really count till you meet up. I
Does
feel.
it?
Yeah, I feel like the count starts when you meet.
Yeah, like when you met.
Yeah,
like,
because
you met
before
them in
that, you're
person.
just like chatting as friends.
Yeah, I don't really count texting as like
Yeah.
when I'm like.
Like when you're saying you're talking to someone, I definitely think it's like from the day you met and then on that.
The real life
Yeah.
exchange.
I mean, like, we exchanged a lot of, like, you know, like, snaps. And,
Snapchats.
like,
Sending nudes.
no, I've never sent.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
so there you go.
I don't feel comfortable sending nudes.
I don't either because once it's on there, it's
Oh no,
there.
I have a lot to say about that.
Yeah,
We'll
because
get into
once,
that
yeah,
another
yeah.
time.
Nudes is
that's for
definitely for
another
another
episode.
episode. We could go on that for a while.
I mean, okay, so funny story is, do y'all remember when we went to 143 last month in May?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember how I ended up dancing with that one guy towards the end of the night?
Yeah.
The guy that I
So-
try to like drag you away from.
The one where the one where she's like, we need to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, we need to go.
That was your friend's friend.
Oh yeah, there's too
This
many
is-
guys. There's
yeah,
too many
there's
guys.
many-
Well,
Some
Abby
guys that night.
stopped like at least 3 times with 3 different guys and was dancing with them, and I was like, Abby, no, they're ugly. And I try to pull her away, like being the good friend.
Being
that I
like
am.
the voice of wisdom.
Yeah,
like,
being the voice of wisdom, and then she looks up. She's like, "I want to dance with him," and I was like, "All right, girl,
Okay.
I'm just gonna go then."
So the last guy that I ended up with that night, he like, while we were dancing, he was like, hey, I think I met you off Hinge, or we matched on Hinge, but you never replied to me. And I was like, yeah, right, I would have remembered you. Obviously, I wouldn't have remembered it. But I just tried to play it coy, and then he brought up his Hinge, and then he was like, hey, you're Abigail, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, look, you never replied to me. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, because I just remember him like dancing, turn over, and I see you, and he's like trying to show you something on his
Yeah.
phone, and I'm like, what is going on?
I just remember looking at his face, and he was wasted. Like she was dancing on him, and his eyes were like rolled in the
Yeah,
back
he was
of his
like
head.
leaning against the wall
I
or
know.
something, right?
Yeah,
Yes, he was. I was like,
Could barely
I was
stand
like,
up.
What was in your drink, sir?
Like he's like propped up by the wall and like Abby's ass.
Yes, Abby was just grinding on him, and I don't think he could really handle
Keeping
it.
him
I think
upright.
he was trying to keep it together. Yeah, you drink. Abby's bottle compared to ours is very different. We know who the alcoholic is here.
And so when I got home that night, he messaged me on Hinge, and he was like, hey, can you come over? And I was like, no, like I had lost my ID that night.
Because
and
what time is this now?
This was at like
It had to be like
2:30
3
a.m. in the
yeah.
morning, like 3
Jeez.
a.m.
Super
Yeah, and I had work in the morning. It was like a
This bitch
Thursday night.
crazy.
And like, I mean, I do work remote on Fridays.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I was just like, but I wasn't feeling coming over to his place.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, no. And then I was getting into a fight with with my main hoe that night. He was pissing me off. So I was just like, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna come over. He even offered to Uber me, but I was like, no, it's fine, I can drive. And so I drove over to his place, and yeah, so that's what happened.
And yeah. And that's how the story ends.
That's how the story ends. No more details.
And I was
but-
with her until like
Oh, yeah.
1:30
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
morning,
yeah,
and then she
yeah.
texted me in the morning, was like, "I got dick last night." I was like, "How?"
I know, I remember she texted that too. I was like, girl,
like,
you
when?
literally left at like 2. Like, where did you
I
go?
was like, "What? How? Like, what the? What happened?"
And then it was like Hinge guy, and I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Guys, I did not get any dick.
Oh,
I'm a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
virgin, bro.
drink for that.
Here, another lie.
Abby, we need you to stop lying for the sake of like our livers.
Yeah.
But anywho, as far as Hinge goes, yeah, definitely like if you're into Asian guys or white guys.
Is it
Oh, there's a
primarily
lot of
Asian
attractive white
guys
men.
on there?
There's
I
a lot
don't
of
know,
giant
maybe
white
it's the algorithm for us, but like
'Cause
I
yeah.
see a lot of Asian guys.
Isn't
Yeah, there is.
Hinge like it does through some like algorithm with like your mutual
it's like
friends
you're
or
most
something?
compatible with this guy or
Oh,
something.
okay.
But the thing I think in terms of Hinge, I think it's less of a hookup site just because of the effort you have to put in to create the profile.
Oh.
It's 3 questions.
Yeah, you have to like pick a question, pick 3 questions, answer it, and you have to have a certain amount of like photos. Like whereas Tinder, you could have 1 or you could have like 8.
Exactly.
You know?
Tinder has so many catfishes now.
Oh
like,
yeah, so many.
It's insane.
Yeah. I've had profiles made of me back in Texas before.
Yeah. You're just like swiping and you see yourself.
I see
and
myself.
you're like, what
dude.
the fuck is Mary doing here?
Yeah, it almost like it like affected my like past relationship before, because like my ex was just like, dude, there's like.
You're like, this bitch is cheating on me.
But okay, they didn't even use my name. They said the name was Alice on the profile.
Ooh, Alice.
Yeah.
That's a hoe name.
Damn.
Sorry to any Alice's.
It's like my sister.
But you know. But I mean, catfish. Yeah, I got catfish.
Yeah.
But you know what? I got catfish on Hinge. So
Oh, you did?
I did.
So even when you have to answer all those questions, they're still catfishes?
He was a total catfish, and I prevented someone from being catfished by the
Wait,
same person.
like he literally looked nothing
Nothing.
like his
It was
picture.
like
Like
nothing.
night and day.
And he knew it because he like unmatched me after we like hung out, so that I wouldn't go back.
What did
and be
you
able to, like,
do
review his picture.
during the hangout? Were
So,
you just
like-
did you call him out?
One, I mean, this is gonna get real serious, but I got assaulted by this guy, like straight
Oh
up.
my
Like, because I was not
God.
trying to have sex with this guy because he was a stranger. But I'm also too nice to be like, what the fuck, dude? You do not look like your picture. But also, like, he deleted his pictures, so like, or
Dude, that's
unmatched me.
fucked.
So like, I couldn't go back and be like, did I match with this guy? Like, I was
Yeah.
like, I was trying to look at his face and be like, I don't remember like swiping, but I remember being really sketchy because before we met up, I was like, hey, can you send me a picture? Because I really like, I was drunk
Yeah.
when we matched, and he was like, well, I was hot enough for you to swipe, like, want to fuck me the other night. And I was like, so? Like, I don't remember what you look like, you know? And so
That's just like
That's
red
really
flag.
fucked
it was. And I was just, like, having a shit night. And I was just trying to, like, get it in. And but, like, lesson learned. Shit nights, just
Oh
go
my
home, guys.
God,
Just fucking go home.
psychos.
If they don't look like their picture, just go the fuck home.
And
Yeah.
so one of our friends, our mutual friend, she was like, oh, I'm going to get some dick tonight. And she sent me the profile. Like, luckily,
You're
she
like,
did.
"No!"
And I called her so fast. As soon as I saw that picture, I dialed. I was like, I called her. I was screaming. I was like, don't fucking do it.
And that same profile even liked me on
Oh
Hinge.
my
too.
God, that's so
And I
scary.
showed
He's a
Megan, I was like,
fucking
it's the same profile.
predator.
Yeah, he's a total predator. And then, like, I was like,
Oh my God.
someone needs to report his ass.
Watch out for
But,
this guy on Hinge, guys.
I
don't
think his
know what
name
he
is
looks like.
John. I think it's John. So
that's
watch out for
scary.
any Asian guys named John who look too good to be true. Because it
Dude,
probably is.
Oh God.
That's insane.
But yeah, other than that, I think, like, after that, I think I, like, did not like it. I don't use Hinge anymore. I think I'm strong.
I
Like,
love Hinge. I
I'm
use it more than I do
scarred.
Tinder.
No, actually, after that, honestly, I've given up on Asian guys. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not fair for all Asian guys, and I know there's going to be some arguments and some backlash from Asian guys that are like, that's just the one guy. But yeah, there's a lot of creepers out there who just happen to be Asian.
Yeah.
There's a lot of creepy guys in general, but I think, like, I've been in that circle for so long that, like, I'm ready to explore something else.
Yeah, no.
And once you go melanin,
It's hard to go
it's
back.
hard to go back, guys. And trust me, it's like,
Let's be real here.
let's be real. What they say is true. And yeah, we'll go into that on another episode.
Yeah, you just gotta tune into all the episodes.
Yeah.
We're gonna go in depth with everything.
Because if we went into depth, this episode would be like 5 hours long. Nobody wants to sit through that, right?
So the last dating app is Coffee Meets Bagel.
Yeah.
I've honestly never used it before.
Same.
I've
I feel
used
like-
it, but long time ago. I think I only went on one date on there, and it was like a lot older than me, and not a lot. Like, he was probably like 5 to 7.
Oh, that's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but like, he's also in our brother fraternity, but he was like crossed way earlier, so I think that gives you some type of like, I don't know, when
Yeah.
you're in a like fraternity sorority, for some reason when you cross like way earlier, it gives you this like weird vibe. I don't know, but we talked for a little bit and like things were going well, but then I think it was just to the point where like I was like, I don't know if I would have sex with this guy. We never fucked. It was just more of like we went on dates and I was like, oh, like he's got his shit together. Like he has a job, like a really well-paying job.
That is
He has
actually
his
kind
own
of rare
place.
nowadays.
It is very rare.
There's
So-
so many unemployed cool.
Yeah, I know. But Coffee Meets Bagel, I think, is more of like the
Yeah, it's more serious.
serious, like.
Yeah, it's like more the most relationship one, I think, out of all.
I think if you're like really like if you're a little bit older and you're not there for games, like I think you would go to Coffee Meets Bagels.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you're also like limited on how many people. I don't know.
I've
It's a
literally
weird system.
never seen the app before.
You have like this bean system.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
beans.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
beans.
Fuck, are you
It's
like
fucking
James and the fucking beans?
it's coffee beans.
Oh, yeah.
Coffee Meets Bagels.
That makes
It's
sense.
funny
Uh-huh.
because like y'all know one of my best guy friends. I'll just call him Q. He when we used to live together when I first moved here, he met this girl off of Coffee Meets Bagel. And they had this really awkward date at our apartment, and I just watched him serenade her on the couch because I lived on the couch.
guitar?
I lived in the living room.
So
Yes,
he was serenading her on your bed.
Yes, basically my bed, yeah. And I was sitting there watching the whole entire date. And like Q was just like on his guitar and like he showed her how to play the ukulele and I was just there like
It's so innocent.
As, like, a
Coffee
third
Meets
wheel.
Bagel is so innocent.
It
I think
really
that's the
is.
best way to describe it. It's like
Yeah.
very like
Pure
there's a lot
and
of
wholesome.
fobs on there. I actually remember.
Oh.
There's
we
a
can
lot
just
of,
call
like-
it like virgins only.
Oh yeah, that's Christian Mingle like 2.0.
I should be on there then because I'm a fan.
Oh my God, Abby, let's drink.
Another
to that.
one.
Another one. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all our input on dating apps. I think like we have similar experiences on them, other than the whole Hinge thing. Abby loves it. I don't.
I mean, like, but whenever you like match with a person, do you guys ever like stalk the fuck out of them first, or
Hell
is that just
yeah.
me?
Hell.
It depends on how much I want to meet this person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like the level of hotness or something like that, or if like how they like if they approached me first or messaged me first and stuff like that. But Abby is definitely more into stalking than
Oh,
I
I definitely
I
am the
stalk.
FBI. So
am. She stalks my guys harder than I stalk them. Like she's like
I'm out there for my friends. Okay.
She's like, did you know that your guy is following all hot girls? That makes me uncomfortable. I was like, well, I didn't know that before. Now I know. And now it bothers me.
Now I'm insecure.
now,
Fuck.
now I'm insecure.
So, like, my method of stalking, I'm going to use an example of, like, this one time I was meeting up this one guy. He knows who he is, and because I told him about it. And so, I was talking to this one guy. We matched 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, I forgot. It was back in April. And he didn't have his social media linked to his profile. He didn't
Sketchy.
even have an @ or anything on his description. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find this guy. He had his fraternity on his like
One
his
of the
frater-
pictures?
On one of the pictures, it was on his graduation picture, and so it also said what school he went to. So I looked up University of blah blah blah, and then the certain fraternity, and I found the Instagram to that fraternity.
Oh my God.
And I went to the following list and I typed in his name. And then his profile was on private, but
My
he
God.
had a VSCO link to it.
Oh.
So I clicked on the VSCO link and I looked at all of his pictures. There's pictures of his ex-girlfriend. There was like a shit ton of them. And
Like it was posted on Visco?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yes. So I saw all of these pictures with his ex-girlfriend, and then I saw all these pictures with him and his friends and like his life. And I was like, okay, this guy's like actually pretty attractive than his pictures like on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stalked the F out of him. I ended up finding his Twitter
Oh my God.
and
His social
I
security.
honestly
his
would have
life,
given up. Like
his ex-wife.
I wouldn't have even gone that far. If they don't have a social media tag, I'm like, oh well, that sucks.
the
Like
thing is, like, I don't know why, but I'm just really good at stalking. It's very
you
easy for me
are.
to stalk.
You are. What was the one story that you told me that you went on like subtle Asian traits?
Oh,
and found
so
this person.
I did match with this one guy on, I don't know if it was on Hinge or Tinder. I completely forgot. But it was just the name Eric.
Eric.
Yeah, it was
Imagine
literally just
looking
Eric.
for an Asian guy named Eric.
Every other Asian guy is Eric.
And I
Lord.
wanted to see how tall he was. Like, all I wanted to see.
That's important.
Because I really wanted to know how tall he was. That's all I cared about. if I wanted to meet him in person. And so I did go onto Subtle Asian Traits, and I typed in the name Eric. And I scrolled down through all the Erics until I found his picture.
That is insane. It was the same
And
picture.
then...
Like, imagine how many people there were.
And then I went on his friends list, and I found, like, a prominent name that was, like, very unique. And then I typed it in on Instagram.
This is the fucking FBI.
And then I went on
What the
Instagram,
fuck?
and I typed in that friend's name, and then I went to their following list, and I typed in Eric. And that's how I found his IG profile.
That is
Boom.
Oh my god, who needs the FBI when you have Abby?
I got y'all on everything to do with social media stalking because my job is social media, and I got you. Nothing is ever safe
wild.
online.
That's true,
I know
that's
how to
true.
find everything. So
Be safe, guys.
There
Protect
you
your
go.
information.
protect your information from me because I will find everything out. But like, what do you think? Like what do you guys look for when you're swiping through these like apps?
Dude, I swipe so fast
I
on
know.
Tinder. It's like low key bad. I just swiped like boop 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 boop.
Yeah,
I
and
just
I've accidentally swiped left on somebody that I think
Yeah.
might have been
Same.
attractive because of how fast I
yeah,
go.
same.
But like, I think mostly I'm obviously looking for someone attractive, and like, I don't know if. Yeah, I think that's it. It's like on Tinder, like that's it, really.
You
know?
judge off the first picture, so guys, like you should freaking put like a solo picture as your first picture.
Also, yeah, if you
Like-
have a picture of like your dog as your first picture, I'm gonna assume that you're ugly. Like,
Yeah, like if you have anything where you're trying to hide your face, like sunglasses,
Yes.
a mirror pic where like the
Or
phone
guys
is
that
covering
don't
your
smile.
face.
There's something
Exactly.
wrong with your teeth.
Sunglasses is like makeup to guys.
Yeah.
Like literally, they
Oh,
take off
I
the
know.
And
sunglasses. Hats. Oh my god, they take it
Oh
off. They're
my
fucking
God.
bald under there. Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys want to say like take girls swimming on their first date? Like, come on, guys. Like, you guys are out here.
Take your
trying to
hat off on the first fucking
Take
date.
your freaking hat and sunglasses off. That's what happened to me. I went on a date with this guy, super nice, so nice. And he, in all of his pictures, had like sunglasses or a hat on.
Oh,
and so
God.
when I actually met up with him, like he knew who I was. Like he came up to me, but I was like, oh my god, is this him? Like I was like,
Another
like,
catfish.
it was like I was like he wasn't
Catfish.
horribly ugly, but he did not look anything like his photos.
Ugh.
Like his real face, I was like, oh, okay, like there's a
His real
slight resemblance here, but I was like, now lesson learned. Like, you know, you live and you learn. You
Yeah.
like learn what to look for when you're swiping. I think when
And
you
you know-
first start out on dating apps,
Like
you just
coming off of that, like I think the worst profiles are like the profiles that have like pictures of like just fish, dogs,
Yeah.
and like hunting.
They're abs. They're abs.
Oh my god, like
Oh.
mirror shots.
Oh my
I do
God.
not swipe right on. I don't care how hot you
there's
are.
the
If you
even
hunt,
worse
it's not
ones.
happening.
It's like a boomerang of their abs.
Oh
my
my
god.
God.
I want to like throw my phone across the fucking room.
I'm like, great, you have abs. Like, cool. Like, so does 90%
Like just
of
let me
LA.
see that later. Like I don't need to see that like right freaking now.
There's
you
guys
know?
that are just so like they literally show like their abs and like all the way up until like their pubic hair basically.
Yeah, like that V.
I know, and I'm like,
area.
okay, well you obviously want sex, and like me too, but don't make it so obvious, you know?
I know.
Yeah.
Like come on.
Like
Turn it
I
down
need
a
to
little
see your
bit.
face. Like your abs is not gonna make up for your face if you're ugly. Sorry.
Yeah, because like I don't get why guys like hide their face in like pictures. Because like no matter what, we're gonna meet up, are we
Yeah.
not? Like we're gonna see you. Like why hide it? Might as well just like put it right in the beginning. That way, like here's what you get.
Right.
So like after like you know you talk on like the dating app, I guess it gets into like first dates.
Yeah.
So like on the topic of first dates, how long do y'all actually talk to someone before the first date?
I barely even go on dates.
What do you do?
What do you
then?
do? Huh?
I just sit at home and cry.
Oh my god. That's
So when you
not
meet
true.
up someone, what happens?
I don't know. I feel like I talk to them like on text for a little bit.
Okay.
At like max probably like a couple days or like up until like when they can actually hang out. You
Not
know?
a month.
Yeah, because I feel like I text them for like forever, and then it's like you text someone for so long, and then you meet in person, they're like completely different, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause there's some people that text like differently than how they are like in real life.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
I think I'm the same. Like I like to do it immediately. Like if we match, like I want to meet up
within a week or so.
within the week, you know, like
Wow.
it's just
Abby's like, I've been making them wait 2 months.
Well, I really have.
yeah, because it's just like I'm not a good texter. Like I can honestly say that I am kind of dry sometimes because I think I overthink like the things that I'm like trying to say. Like, and so I would rather talk in person because that's like my forte. Like talking in person's fine. Like conversation will flow. Like I'll fill the awkward silences.
Yeah.
But texting totally different. I'm just like I'd rather not base like my personality off of my text.
I mean, mine ranges. Like sometimes I'll meet someone the day after, like we've been talking, and then sometimes I'll wait like a month before we've been talking. I guess it depends on the person, because I mean, like if the other person's really busy and I'm also really busy, then if we keep pushing it off, then of course it'll have to be like a good 3 weeks to a month before we actually meet. But I mean, I appreciate the fact that that other person is like still talking to me every day or like sending me a snap every day. I mean, as long as we keep in contact and we still try to make that effort to see each other, then I think it'll be worth it.
But what do you guys talk about, like, throughout? Like, do you like, hey, what's up?
I mean,
good morning. Good night.
I mean, with that one guy that I've been talking to for about like a month, and we met in person after a month. I mean, like we would just snap each other randomly, or we would just like text each other random things, or like it would honestly transition from like IG DMs to Snapchat to texting. Yeah. It would rotate. There's like, if one of us didn't reply on one thing, then we'd reply on the other thing or on the other thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we still maintain that like type of like constant communication, and then we made that effort to like meet up in person eventually.
Do you just like share all your socials with them? Like,
I mean, they end up sharing their socials with me, and so they tell me to like add them. And I'm like, okay.
Because there's some people like I've followed them on Instagram forever and I still don't have them on Snapchat. Yeah, you know.
My Snap is like very. I don't use it that much anymore, but if I do, it's all my stupid stuff. Like I'll snap like double chins on there, like you know.
Same. Mine is like the unfiltered. Right. Like, I do whatever the fuck I want on there.
And IG is more of the like I look good today.
Yeah, IG's like a hot bitch.
Definitely. Yeah,
hot bitch
like
place.
I'm like trying to show off, like you know.
Thirst
trying to,
traps only.
Yeah, it's all our Facetune photos, you know.
But it's funny now that I like now my Snapchat has a little bit more like guys who've asked me for my Snap. Like, and so now every time I post like a cute picture or some type of thirst trap onto Snap, the same guys always reply.
They always
like,
reply,
quick, like immediately almost. So it's pretty funny. Like I think if I need a like confidence boost, I'll just go on Snap.
I just feel
just
like
post a little
there's like no
trap.
set rules into like dating or like first date sort of thing, you know?
No, not at all. I think like coming from an Asian background, like we didn't have. I don't know about you guys, but my parents never even said I love you in front of me. Like
that's like a lot of Asian parents.
Yeah. So I feel like there was nobody to teach us how to date, how to be in a relationship or anything like that. So like now we just kind of are learning on our own.
We're just winging it.
Yeah, we're totally winging it.
We're learning it on our own.
I am honestly very like I can totally be very cold, and that's why like my texting habits are like very like flat. So, like I seem like such a boring person when I text. I really feel like it. Unless the guy's really reciprocating. Like I've had a guy that I talked to and I'm super interested in, and we were texting like paragraphs.
I remember
that.
I remember that
like,
kind of thing.
Paragraphs to each other, which was super cool, and we actually met up and had a great time. He ghosted me though. So.
he what you, Megan?
He ghosted me, and he still watches all of my IG stories.
I don't get why people do that. Like
I actually posted an IG story about that today.
Yeah, they ghost you, but they watch like all your stories. It's like you're obviously still
like
invested.
why are you when I ghost guys, I unfollow them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because I'm not interested.
I don't follow people that I don't care about.
So and you know what? It happens to so many people because like when I posted the little meme about it today, like at least 6 people replied to me and was like, "Oh my god, yes, like
yes,
why?
Bitch, say it louder
like call
for
them
the people
out."
in
And
the
I'm like,
back.
I should have tagged the guys that are like looking at my stories all the time. But it doesn't make sense to me because it's like obviously like if you're not interested, that's why you ghost somebody. But like, why would you continually follow their life?
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause
it's like I don't like if I'm not interested in you, I don't want your Instagram story.
Or I'm not even gonna want to look at your profile or have any association with you at all.
Exactly. Maybe.
Or unless they like
it's
watch it on
weird.
accident, but I don't really think so.
No,
They do
not
it
if it's every
time.
day, every story, every day.
That's true.
Yeah.
You look
Like-
at it and it's like the first person that watched it.
Because, yeah, obviously, like, if you see them watching your stories that much, that means you're one of the first people, like, on that. That means they constantly,
Yeah,
like,
if they engage with you a lot,
Yeah.
then they're like the first. You're like the first
Yeah.
few people
Yeah.
on their list.
so you know who you are. I know you're watching my stories. I look at the people. So either stop or talk to me again. Like, what's up?
Yeah, like come on.
Have y'all ever had like a really bad first date before? What was the worst first date do you think y'all would have had?
I don't think I've had like a shit ass date before. I'm trying to think. Do you guys have one?
I mean, the catfish situation.
Oh, yeah, that's
that's
pretty
not even
bad.
a date. Like, I feel like I wasn't even
Oh,
trying
or
to
was that like
date
a
this guy.
hangout? Oh.
It was kind of. It was like I was trying to get some dick, but then I realized that was not the dick I wanted.
I honestly do not meet up with a lot of people.
Yeah. I can't, okay, yeah. I would say, like, there's definitely been awkward first dates, but I don't think it's anything that I'd be like, oh my god, get me the fuck out of here kind of things.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, well, I know already that we're not going to continue talking, but I'll finish
Yeah.
this date and, like, you know, be nice about it and then go our separate ways.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
What
I
about
think
you,
it's-
Abby?
I mean, my worst first date was also when I did get catfished.
Uh-huh.
I got catfished by a girl.
Ooh.
I like girls and guys, by the way. So I did get catfished by this one girl like 4 years ago. She didn't look anything like her photos,
Yikes.
but she ended up buying. She was hella fucking rich,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ooh,
and
little
so
sugar
you know, I
mama.
just like went for the ride, and she was from Asia, and she had a lot of money. from Asia.
international
She
students.
was not. I think so. Yeah, she
Yeah,
went to
those
like Rice
bitches are
University.
fucking rich, man.
Yeah, dude. And so like she ended up paying for lunch for like me and her, and she ended up buying 2 entrees for my roommates to take home.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
She like wine
Yeah.
and dined
Yes.
you.
And your roommate.
I
And so when
know.
I got home, like I brought all this food for my roommates. They're like, Abby, you need to keep talking to her. I was like, I can't. She's fucking ugly. Or
Oh my god.
she didn't look anything like her photos.
First of all,
I'm
let's
sorry.
drink to that because that was so fucking rude.
I'm
But
sorry.
also, if you're a catfish, like, fuck you.
I'm sorry, but her like, her face looked nothing like her photos. Her body was nothing like her photos, as I wanted it to be, and like I just wasn't attracted to her on the date, and so, you know, I did feel really bad, but that was 4 fucking years ago. Like, come on. But I mean,
She's probably not watching.
yeah, she probably doesn't give a
She
fuck about
long
me.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She still follows me on like Snapchat. She still like watches my Snapchat stories.
Oh, then if you promoted the show, she might.
I kind of did.
It's like, hey, what's up?
Exactly. I think, okay, if I knew that one of the guys that I went on a date with or hooked up with was starting a show talking about specifically like
Oh.
sexual experiences and dating apps and stuff, I would tune in.
Yeah, I would tune
I would
in
tune
too.
in.
I just
So
want
there
to
you go.
hear like if
I'm
they're
curious. I
mentioned,
think
you
everyone's
know?
a little bit curious, right? Like,
And also, like, she tried to kiss me at the end of the day, and I was just like, no, I'm
just
good.
like put your
I'm gonna
finger
drive
up. No, 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 no.
home."
I'm a wholesome
I was like,
virgin.
I'm a virgin.
I am a virgin. And so,
Every
I am a virgin. Okay, why are we drinking to this? I'm saving myself for God and marriage.
Apparently, though, if you don't come during sex, it doesn't count. So
Yeah, it doesn't. So
I've only had
Are we
sex with
talking about
probably
first
one
dates,
guy.
guys? Talking about
for
first dates.
nobody.
I'm a virgin too, then. Yikes. Sorry, guys, but you know. Yeah.
But have y'all ever asked a guy on a date before?
I've definitely
Yeah.
like made the first move
Yeah.
sometimes, but I don't know if
Only
I'm
on like a dating app. I've never done it in person where I go up to a
Yeah,
guy and
not
like,
in
you're
person.
hot, let's go on a date. I don't have
Dude,
that type of
yeah.
confidence.
Yeah, neither do I.
That's actually really hard to do.
Yeah.
I know. And so
Yeah.
props to you guys who like approach girls. Like,
Yeah.
good for you. I could never, so don't expect it
Yeah.
from me. If you think I'm hot, don't
Come
expect me.
up,
Like, come up
bitch.
to me.
Exactly.
Because no matter what, if I think you're hot, I'm not going to come up to you. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
I'll probably try to convince myself to do it, but it's not happening.
Honestly though, like I've never been like the one to ask like a guy on a date, but I like always hinted. I'm like, so when
Same.
are we gonna meet up?
Yeah, so I'm like, so
Yeah.
what's up? Like, when are we gonna hang?
Or like,
you know?
hopefully I
I've
get to
done
see
that.
you soon.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of asking somebody on a date. I feel like that's
Yeah, a
the initial
little bit.
move.
Cause like,
You're,
damn,
like,
if we've been
nudging
talking,
them.
like,
Yeah.
can we just see each other already? Like, honestly.
I do that immediately. I'm
Yeah.
like, they'll be like, hey, what's up? And then I'm like, how's your day? I'm like, I'll be like, oh, so when are we gonna meet?
Yeah,
Like,
I straight
I'm
up asked.
straight
I'm like,
to the point.
I'm like, what is your motive? Like, what the fuck are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, I'm just like, let's go on a date. Let's talk in person because I'm not about this whole like texting back
Yeah.
and forth thing. I'm
Yeah,
just not.
understandable.
But yeah, I mean,
So like, if you don't end up going on that first date, I mean, it only leads to one other thing, right? Ghosting.
or if you've gone on the first date and you didn't like it.
Oh, that's
Ghost
so
'em.
fucking true. Oh my
Dude,
god.
so guilty of ghosting. It's like ridiculous.
Is there even a right way to ghost?
No, I mean, like, I guess the mature way is to be like, hey, I'm not interested.
That's
blah, blah,
not
blah. But then it's like,
That's
yeah,
like
that's
being-
like the mature
yeah.
way to do it. But then
to
it's
leave
like,
someone, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mature.
I am not mature. I am not mature at all.
I'm picky with the ones
I'm
I'm mature.
trying.
Look, if I've gone on less than 3 dates with you, I feel no obligation to tell you a notice, give you a notice that
Yeah.
I'm like gonna like not talk to you anymore.
I know, and because like as a guy, you can kind of get the hint when like
you
a
would
girl,
think.
like you would think that
You
they would
would
get
think.
it. Like, oh,
You
she
would
hasn't
think.
responded in like 2 weeks. Like, leave it alone.
I actually just blocked a guy because he literally was like texting me, "What you doing?" like
Oh my
every other
God.
day, and I didn't respond to any of them. We did have sex, and
At one point, it just looks like them talking to
If
themselves.
he was talking to
right?
himself. And then, like, his last message that made me block him, he was like, so you really just fucked and ducked. And I was like, yeah, I really did. And what? Like,
Yeah, like why do guys think like they're the only ones who are allowed to do that?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
hello.
and not only that, but it's like, do you get it? Like, I haven't
Yeah.
responded to you in like 2 weeks. Like, leave it alone. Like, you pointing out the fact that I'm ghosting you.
It
is
just makes
only
it more awkward.
It's awkward
Yeah.
for you. Like, and I just feel bad for you. And then I block you because it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to feel bad for you. I'm going to just move on with my life.
I mean, one story I have was like back like 4 years ago also. But
What were you up to 4 years ago?
4 years ago I got
Abby was a different person.
I really was a different person 4 years ago when I was a sophomore in college. I just like went on a shit ton of dates, hoed out,
Nice.
lived my life, you know? Did a
so-
lot in 2015, guys.
And we're doing a lot in 2019.
Oh,
Yeah, nothing's changed actually.
It's like the Ho Olympics every 4 years.
The whole Olympics. I don't know. I feel like this is definitely like the top notch of my Olympics.
Same, dude. This is like,
I think same, yeah.
I was too ugly to be a hoe before.
oh my God. 2015 though, I was hot. Like I was like this vegan, skinny running bitch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've definitely like I look a lot. I've had phases, but I think this is the most confident I've been in myself. Just because I've like slowly learned to just like not give a fuck
Yeah.
about like just like make myself happy, make
Yeah.
myself into the image that I want myself to be. So that's why I'm like, and that has a lot to do with how you approach guys. Like,
Yeah.
they can
Guys
definitely
love
sense the confidence.
confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you come to the date and you're like covering yourself up in a cardigan,
You're,
like
slouching.
like trying to hide yourself,
Yeah.
like they can totally sense that, and it also
Yeah.
changes the way that you talk. But like when you carry yourself with confidence, it changes the date
Oh, yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've definitely noticed that recently because like
Yeah, because when
Yeah.
I see other confident people, I'm just like, how are they doing that? Like, why am I so like
exactly.
attracted to their energy? And it's
Right.
because like they're confident in themselves, you know.
Right.
So it just makes you like, oh, okay, I'm gonna follow you and see what's up.
And I think being in the LA lifestyle, it's like you see all these people who like constantly are improving themselves by working out, dieting, whatever, or just like even like plastic surgery. Power to you guys. I had the money, I would do it. But it's like when you're busy, like when you actually improve yourself, it like boosts up your confidence. So
Yeah.
that's helped me, you know. Like I'm like, yeah, I'll diet, yeah, I'll work out, like
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
myself more confident.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, that's good.
Segueing back to my 2015 experience,
Oh yes, back to Abby 4 years ago.
I did ghost a guy after we hooked up, and then I found out he had a girlfriend after stalking him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he told me.
while you guys got together.
Yeah, he told me right after.
Let's repeat after me, guys. Men
Ain't
ain't shit.
Men ain't shit. True.
Cheers.
Sorry, guys, but you already know.
And I did like block him off everything, and like I even messaged his girlfriend. I forgot off where.
Oh, you're a good person.
Yeah, I told her that like I've done that so many times, you know, like it's just so fucked up. But I messaged her, but I don't think she ever read it. But he did tell me it was like a revenge thing because she ended up cheating on him before.
Toxic ass relationship.
And so he wanted to cheat on her back.
That's
and so when I found that out, yeah, so when
You're
I found
like,
that
why
out, I just
am I
blocked him off
invested in
everything.
this drama? That's not even mine.
But like honestly, in total, I think I've ghosted way too many people. I think I've ghosted like.
I thought you were gonna
close-
give us a specific
I know,
number. I was
No,
like,
I
damn,
don't have a
bitch.
specific number.
Okay.
Honestly, it's over 50 people I've ghosted in my lifetime. I'm not gonna. I'm not even
I mean,
kidding.
I could-
probably 50,
100.
100.
I
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I
same.
could probably relate. I'm like a serial ghoster.
Same. I'm just like, I'm so lazy when it comes to texting.
But the thing is, like, I'm just a shitty texter in general,
Same.
and I'm sorry if I can't get back to you, but that's just like my lifestyle. I'm
But,
too busy.
yeah. Also, if you're not like interesting enough or hot enough to kind of like keep it going for me, then
Yeah.
and also like life happens. Like if you text me and we're having a conversation, all of a sudden I get really busy with work and we stop texting, like you can't really like sorry, you just have bad timing, like, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like after that, kind of difficult to pick back up on. Like 3 weeks later, be like, hey, sorry, I haven't responded.
No, I seriously do that. It's
I've
so
done that
bad.
before.
I'm like, it's 2 weeks later. I'm like, hey, I fell asleep. Like,
Oh
what
my god, you fell asleep for 2 weeks, Jack?
I'm like, I fucking died for 2 weeks. I'm back. What's up?
But it's like, I do want to get better at, like, letting people know what's up instead of ghosting them, because I really do
She's
feel
trying
bad.
to be mature.
Yeah, I'm trying to be mature now too. Like, I've started to do that recently where I'm
Yeah.
just like, hey, I'm not interested in
Yeah.
There's only one guy, I think, that I can remember. It was a couple months ago, probably more than like 6-7 months ago. But like we went on, I think, 3 dates, and like I ended up pretty much like not wanting to see him anymore because we like kissed, and it just wasn't. I
Not
didn't
your
like
cup
it.
of tea.
It was not my cup of tea. Like his mouth is so closed.
Ew.
Like guys,
Ew,
don't
that
open
looks
your
like a
mouth so
puckered
wide, but
little-
don't close your mouth. Like
fuck
ew,
do I
it was
do?
like
Kissing
his,
a fucking
his mouth was like a
asshole.
butthole, and I felt like I was eating a butthole. And ladies, that's not.
Well, I guess you could say you
pleasant.
ate ass, dude, but it was on the face.
Yeah. Well, so after that, like, I remember, I think I was texting, like, my best friend, and he was like, no, you should, like, not ghost him. Like, he's always, like, my...
Wait, hold up. Was this in LA or Houston?
in LA.
Texas.
No.
Okay, wait, LA.
And he was like, no, you shouldn't ghost him. Like, you should actually, like, be a mature fucking person and tell him. And so I actually had him type up this, like, message for me because I'm an immature ass bitch and I can't handle it. So I typed up this message just like, hey, there's just, like, no chemistry. And this guy tried to, like, argue back with me that there was...
Yeah.
He was like, chemistry can be made. And I was like, no,
I've had
like,
people
it's
like
either
that
there
before.
or it's not.
Yeah.
Guys are so defensive
Yeah.
about that. It's
No,
like,
I
sorry,
know.
but why would you want to make it, like, why would you want to be so persistent with someone who's not showing
Yeah.
interest?
Another
Yeah.
thing that I hate is how fast guys like switch up on you when
Yeah.
they like DM you. They're like, "Oh my god, I love you! Like, I'm your biggest fan! Like, you're so beautiful!" And you're like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not interested." And they're like, "Oh my god, you fucking ugly piece of shit!
Yo,
like,
my
you
God.
fat ass bitch! You're lucky I'm talking to
Never
you."
had to
and
deal
I'm
with that
like,
before.
"What the hell?"
That's gonna be another episode because that's a lot to go into, like, when people, masculinity issues.
Yeah, the male ego is
Yikes.
fragile.
The male ego is
so
fragile.
fragile.
I've never
okay,
had to
let's-
deal with that before.
Let's be real, this podcast isn't to shit on men, even though we've already said a couple of things. But it is definitely to give advice to men.
Yes.
/ boys, whatever age you're at this point, to like kind of give you advice on what not to do, you
Yeah.
know, because I think that's important too. For
If
like,
you get rejected,
Yeah.
like by a
Accept
girl,
it.
just accept it. Don't call her like an ugly slut when obviously
Yeah,
you've
because
been.
it just makes you look bad.
Exactly.
You know, it makes
Yeah.
you look bad that you're like insecure that you got rejected.
right, and like, there's no need for that. Like, just move. There is so many other women in this like world, and you need to fix yourself before you try to.
I feel
go
like a lot of
after
guys
them.
do not have like girlfriends. Like some guys do not have like any girlfriends. I feel like they don't really
Oh,
know
yeah.
how like.
Get yourself
girls
a good
are.
girlfriend.
Yeah, I feel like you need at least like one.
You need a girl to just tell you that you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I've
yeah,
done that to my guy
Like,
friends.
yo, listen.
I've done that to my guy friends. I've checked them. They've said some like, weird shit to me, and I'm just like, that's not okay. And that's
I know.
why you didn't get date, or like that's why you didn't get pussy
Yeah.
that night. Like,
Exactly.
yeah. So that's a whole nother episode. We're gonna move on. We can talk for hours
So
about that.
why do we even ghost, y'all? Why do we?
Immaturity.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
because I'm scared.
No,
to
okay.
talk.
It's like if you've only been on 1 or 2 dates with someone, you're not
Yeah, you don't really
obligated
owe
to.
them.
You don't
Yeah.
owe them an explanation. Like they should understand
Yeah.
that. Like
If
it
you're
just-
talking for like a while,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like yeah, you at least like owe them a little something.
But it's
Be
like
What's a
if
while,
I've been
though?
talking to you for like a week and I'm not feeling your energy, then I don't have the energy to reply back.
Yeah.
And it should be mutually like obvious, you know?
Mhm.
So like, are you
Yeah.
guys saying like it's dependent on time? Like, let's say you've been texting / maybe you've met up with this guy
Okay.
within a month. Is that is that how you measure it? Because I measure it like dates. Like if I've been on more than 3 dates with a guy, I feel like maybe I owe him an explanation.
Yeah.
But less than that, no.
I do it
Yeah,
by
I
like
feel
how
that.
many times I've hung out with them in
Yeah.
person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's like the legitimate like get to know each other hangouts.
Yeah.
In all honesty though, like I have accidentally ghosted people only because I've been too busy to reply.
Oh well, I've definitely.
But I
done
feel like
that.
you make time for who you want to make time.
No, that's
But
true.
That's the tea.
That's
fucking
true. Because
tea.
like when you're like chilling and you have like 30 minutes where you're just chilling on your phone, I do have time to go through my messages and like see who I forgot to respond to, and I take that time to respond to people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And if you didn't make that cut, then I guess it just means I didn't.
I do go through my messages and I'm kind of like, oh, like this guy was kind of interesting. I feel a little bad, and then I'll message and be like, oh, is it a little bit too late for me to message you? Like, and I'll be like cool about it because I'll be like, sorry, like I do get busy, and I honestly like in terms of like dating apps, I don't check it every day.
I forget to check
Yeah,
it.
because it's like I don't have my notifications on. I'm not
Same.
trying to be like in the middle of like a business conversation and I'm
yeah.
showing them
It's like,
something on my
ding.
phone and like Tinder comes up.
Oh, yeah.
That's not okay with me. So that's why my notifications are turned off. Not that I'm embarrassed to use it, but like there's certain situations
Oh,
that
yeah.
your boss doesn't need to know you're on Tinder.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
true.
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 But yeah, what about that one situation you had recently with that like basketball coach guy?
Oh fuck. I don't know if that's considered ghosting, but I was talking to this one basketball coach / teacher, and we did go on one date, and he was cute. He was very nice, and I guess this is segueing back to first dates. And kind of ghosting, but not really. I was actually very mature about it. But we went on this one first date, and he took me out for drinks and dinner. I think the total tab in total that he paid for me that night was like around like $130.
She's
honestly.
keeping track.
Dude, I'm just saying,
The
look,
cent-
this is an
She's keeping the
estimation.
receipts.
This is an estimation, and I felt bad because like I was not like attracted to him that way, and so like. I
Which
was
is
talking.
understandable.
I was talking to
Yeah.
other people too. I've been talking to other
Yeah.
people. Like this was actually recent. This was I think last week that we met up, and he had recently texted me and he was like, "Can I take you on another second date?" And I was like, "Yes," but he had mentioned to me on that first date that he didn't like when girls had like a lot of guys that they were talking to, and I was like, "Well, shit. Well, I should let him know that I'm talking to a
ego
bunch
thing.
of other guys." And so I told him, I was like, I'm talking to a lot of other guys right now, like. and
You said
other
a lot?
people. Yeah. I kind of am.
Yeah, just like 10 on and off.
Yeah, and so like he was not comfortable with that, and so at that point I was like, okay, then I just need to end this, and so
Which is mature.
That's
Yeah.
that's a red flag
a-
for future, because like if he's trying to like kind of control like your life now when
Yeah.
you only
Yeah,
had one
'cause you're,
date,
like-
then that's a red flag
but
for
he
the future.
asked if I wanted to be casual with him, and I said no. Like I was not interested in being casual. Like I like am interested in like some other people right now, and like yeah. So he wanted to be casual, but I really wasn't interested in him like that. I had to be straightforward with him, and I told him like, to be honest, like I don't see myself really going anywhere or something along the lines of that. But I kind of told him that I wasn't ready to be emotionally invested in anyone right now. And he was just, and then he took it well, And then the next day, he texted me and he was like, "Hey, I'm ready to date when you are ready."
What
And I was like, I just told you I'm not gonna be ready, and there's not gonna be a set time when I'm gonna be ready. So that's my
Who
story.
even says that?
That's what
I'm
I'm
ready
saying.
to date when you are. Like,
Yeah.
what the
He's like, once you know what you want, then I'm ready to date. I'm like, dude, I told you I'm not ready, and honestly,
Like,
I'm not
you
ready.
do know what you want, just not him.
He was very
Yeah.
sweet. He was very kind, but I just, I couldn't.
That
drag it
only
on any
takes you so
longer.
far, guys.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does.
But like, guys don't understand that there needs to be chemistry.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to have this sort of like automatic attraction. If I'm not attracted to you when we first meet, it's not
Yeah.
gonna just happen.
He was
I
attracted to
know.
me when he first met me, but it's like I wasn't really that attracted to him.
Right,
honestly.
but it has to be
Yeah.
it's a two-way
Yeah.
street.
It is
like,
a
you
two-way
can't
street,
just
yeah.
have one person attracted.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, so ghosting.
I mean, that's basically the conclusion of like our
Yeah.
first episode. I mean, what do
We
y'all
wanted
think?
to start off slow. You
Yeah,
know?
we did.
Didn't want to ruin our reps just yet.
Just yet, I think that any of the guys that we're talking to right now watching this, like,
I hope you
Shout
guys
out to you.
Shout out to you
took
guys.
something away from this. All of our stories so far. But we're excited to bring you guys the next episode when we record again next week. So yeah.
Stick with us and
Stick
follow
with
all
us.
our social media.
we definitely
Yes.
have a lot of tea to spill.
And we want to hear your stories too and your
Yeah.
questions. So like, feel free to DM us.
Oh
on-
yeah, for
at
sure. Like, what
SMAD
questions do you have? Like,
Yeah.
as Asian Americans, first gens, or even if you're not an Asian American, even if you're like from somewhere else, or even if you're not
Exactly.
Asian,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, if you have a freaking question for us, like, we're open books.
Yeah.
And we want to know more stories too, because
Yeah.
honestly, we'll
Funny
never run out of
ones.
stories either.
Let
but like,
us
we do want to know your stories.
Yes, let
Yeah.
us tell your story for you. If you don't want to come on here and tell it, like, it's power to you. Like,
We
we will
got you.
fucking tell it for you. Because I would love it. I would love to hear your stories, your messy ass host stories. Those are the best kinds. Even if it's not a messy host story, like, if
We
it's just
still
a normal,
invite it,
yeah, if
yeah.
it's a normal story about like your dating experiences, let us know. Like, report that shit to us.
But we're like really happy and excited to like be starting this, even though we don't really expect to be that big. Like, we just love creating this type of stuff. So we're gonna try our best to keep you guys entertained, and we're gonna keep creating more content.
Yeah, this is just like stuff we talk about on the daily anyways, and I think it's great for us to kind of like record it and
document
like,
it
even
for
if
other
it's just
people.
something that we look back on in a couple years, that'd be
Yeah.
great. But like, hey, if we blow up, I'm not against it. Like,
Let's fucking
And-
go.
let's fucking
And you
go.
know, like, since we're fresh on YouTube right now, we're putting our first 3 episodes on YouTube. If this video does get 100 likes, I will
Yeah.
go get my Poochie wax for
for
the first time.
You heard
recording
it
it.
first. I will
I
be
have never
watching
done it.
from afar.
I will get a Brazilian wax after 100 likes, okay?
You heard that, guys. So anybody who wants to know that experience, if you haven't gotten waxed before, that will be a
And
good
you know-
like experience to see if you want to do it.
And you know, we will document it for you, but if this does not get 100 likes, then I'm gonna stick to shaving.
Yeah, gotta keep it. Keep them accountable.
Yeah, keep them. 100 likes is not that hard, guys. Come on. 100
We have 100
subscribers.
friends. Come on, 100 of our friends
No.
go like it,
I hope it like caps at 99 likes.
No,
and
we
then
already
all
know.
go like it.
The Poochie needs to be waxed. It needs to. Just
thank
at
you
least
guys.
once in your life, just get it waxed.
Thank you guys for listening to our first episode. We're really excited.
Yes.
And thank you guys for supporting us and
Yeah.
listening to our shit. So, thank you for being
Wow, this
Yeah,
is so
thank
touching.
you.
Like, thank you guys. Thank you. Even though, like, nobody's watching
I
this.
want to thank the
We
Academy.
have 5 listeners. That's all.
But we
3
do,
of them are us.
we are definitely coming up with more and more content every day. So
We do have the next 5 episodes planned out already, so we're really excited.
And
to-
apparently the guy I'm talking to has no problem with me talking about our experiences.
Ooh.
So
So we will bring you more stories next time.
I got the okay.
Let's go.
He's gonna regret it, and probably 3 episodes in, I'll be like, sorry guys, I have to cut that shit out. But for now, I have the okay. So we're gonna continue going on with this lifestyle.
Amazing.
But
Yeah.
tune into
Awesome.
our next episode, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.
But
Till next week.
to our parents, sorry, mom and dad.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Come on, Jack.
Oh my
But